Hi y'all, I'm back. Okay, so right now I need to, oh god, I'm barefaced. So the very first thing that I need to do, probably fix my hair so that way I don't look so bad. So what I'm gonna do is take out my pony and I'm going to comb. We're just gonna comb all these baby hairs because I got a lot of them. I got my earring. Okay, got that. We're doing it the lazy way. Pony good. Okay, I've got my Aquage. It says my name on it. Ah! Heaps. Oh yeah, so this is my Illuminating Gelade from Aquage. Okay, and I got my Aquage hairspray. Ooh, so sticky, sticky, sticky. A little bit more back here. Okay, that's better. Now, let's be fancy. I'm going to take this hair back here, right there. I'm going to bring it forward and wrap it around my pony a few times. And now, oh shit, I forgot my bobby pin. Hold on. And I'm back. Got my bobby pin. I'm going to slide my fingers in it right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Find where I'm holding. Right there. And I'm going to slip it in just like that. Take another one. Slip it in. And we're secure. Super fresh face. This is me. Hi. Huh? Okay. Anyways. I am going in and moisturizing first. So I have, I don't know how to say it, Vichy Mineral V. No, Mineral 89. There you go. So I'm going to use one pump of this. Massage it in my hands. So my next step is primer. Let's find that. Okay. Today I'm going to use my Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. So I just got this from actually Salon Centric. I don't know where you can get it otherwise. Actually I seen it on Amazon. You can get this on Amazon. So it's called Japonesque, I think is how you say it. I don't know. And I like to use my fingers for most things that I do with the base. I feel like it goes on quicker, you're not wasting product. I wash my hands, so I always have clean fingers anyways. That's nice and set. Get it in all the areas that you're going to apply your eyeshadow. We are good there. I think it's sticking to some old eyelash glue. Eeps. Ooh, I just got this eyebrow brush from Japonesque again. It is an angled brow / eyeliner brush. And I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Ebony. Ebony. Ooh. So fancy. So I'm actually growing out my eyebrows. I change my eyebrow shape all the time, so you'll notice they're a little bit wonky, but I'm growing them to a fuller shape, and that's the shape that I'm going to go in and touch up. So I'm going to go in with my concealer brush, and I believe this is also from Japonesque. You may be able to purchase this online too. My RCMA foundation palette, foundation / concealer, and I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Let's go in. Ooh, I got this brush. It's called Boomy Master. I don't know. Yes, that has to be the brand. And it's the medium taper brush. It's kind of falling apart a little bit, but this is the best brush that I've ever used ever. And it was gifted to me at an Omaha Fashion Week show. And I've been using it ever since religiously. Ugh, I love this brush. I'm going to go in with the Zulu by Juvia, right? Juvias. It's beautiful. Ta-da! Oh, beautiful, rich palette. I love it so much. So what shade do we want to do today? I think I'm going to go in with this pink here. And this will be our next eyeshadow color that I'm going to use. So I am going in right at my crease with my big old fluffy brush and adding it to my foundation. Sweep it back and forth. We'll just take my ring finger right there and soften that out. Same color, different brush, just so that way I have more control. I like it, I like it, I like it. That looks good. Let's soften that out. Go back in. I like to follow my brow bone. Sweep that up. Okay, so now I have a good layer of this pink, which is beautiful. I'm going to go in now with this brown here. And just follow that crease of the eye again. Oof. I love it. Okay, now this side. Okay, so now I'm going to go back with my Tartiest Pro palette, and I'm going to go in with black. I'm just following my crease, and I am only going to go to this part of my eye for now. I don't want it to extend too far and to ruin the look that I've already created. Oh. Blend, blend, blend. So right now I'm kind of just mapping out the transition that I want. And with black, you want to take it slowly because you could have some big boo-boos. No want that. So I'm going to go into the beginning, soften that out, into the beginning on this one, soften that out, and then I will get into the areas where I put more product. Good. Sweepy, sweepy. If you hear that, UFC is on. Yo. I'm missing some fights. Who is it? Unanimous decision. keeping America great. Okay, so I'm going in with my Kat Von D Locket, and it is the Concealer Cream in white. Go in with my concealer brush. Okay, so then I go in, let's see, where do I want it? I want it just below this shadow right here. So I still want this to be shown when I'm done. So follow that line, we go right in here. Now, there was a really beautiful shade from Juvia's palette. It was shimmery and gorgeous, and I love it so much. So we are going to use a little bit of this, and to give it a pop, we're going to use this yellow here. So let's bring that fluffy brush back in. And I'm going to bring that brown from that palette back in. We are going to soften this out. Soften, soften, soften. That looks good. I'm going to take a really dense brush and I'm going to press it in that beautiful sparkly color. And I am actually going to use it as a highlighter. So it's going to be a little bit different because it's a little bit darker, and normally you would take a lighter color, but I think this will be really pretty. Ooh. Yes. I was right. Oh my god, yes. That is so pretty. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, I got my big mirror. Eeps. Okay, so next I am going to do my eyeliner, and I will be back again. So I'm back, and my kitty cat wanted to make a grand appearance. Oh, she's mad at me now. Oh, but you love me. You don't love me? You don't? Okay, she wants to go. But she was just sitting here looking at herself in the mirror. Like, who's the prettiest kitty? I'm the prettiest kitty. She's literally just sitting here and staring in the mirror. Crazy cat. Okay, so this is, I actually just got this. I have never tried it before, and it is all the rave, and it's been the rave for years, and I'm just now getting it. Aren't I great? So I am coming back. It is Shape Tape from Tarte. Oh my god, it smells good too. So I am going to add a little bit. This is a little bit lighter than my skin, and I wanted it that way because I'm going to use it as a highlighting area, or highlighting product. There we go. So everything that I highlight, it is going to be brought forward. Oh my god, yes. Oh yeah. Anyways, so everything that I highlight is going to be brought forward and made larger. So up in here, my cheeks are going to appear larger. My cheekbone will be more defined once I get a contour in there. And then my dark circles will be covered, because this stuff is amazing. A little bit on my chin, just a tiny bit. I like to actually minimize my chin with a shade underneath, but I do like it to be balanced with the rest of my face. So I don't want like super brightness here, super brightness here, and nothing here. It would be very unbalanced, and we don't want that. So this bottom portion of my face is only for balancing. It depends on what facial shape you have, what you'll want. If you have a smaller jawline and a smaller chin, you could go ham with a lighter shade. Okay, so I'm gonna save this right now. Let's start that again. So this, I am brightening everything up right now, and then I will go back in with a smaller brush. I like to do a brush for my under eyes. I don't like to use a small beauty sponge. There's no shame in it. If you want to use that, that's fine. I prefer my brush because I can get where I want underneath my waterline perfectly. Super precision. And also on my nose, I like to use my brush or my finger. So I actually turn really red around my nose. So I'm going to go ahead and take my concealer, and I'm just going to dab that tip of my sponge, and I am going to conceal around my nose. Good, always red. Much better. Blend, 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 blend. Got it, got it, got it. Oh, there's a little redness still. Right there. Much better. Okay, so blend that. Good, good, good. Ah, beautiful. I love it. It is worth it. It's worth the rave. Okay, so I am going to go in with my cream contour. So I actually have a couple cream contours that I like to use. I like to use Anastasia, whatever you want to call it. This one is Stick Foundation Contour in Mink, I believe is the shade. And it looks like that. So you can go in. I don't like to apply it straight directly, like I like to take my finger and then add just a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and contour my nose with this one. It is pretty dark, so you gotta be careful. A little product goes a long way. Oh my god, that cat is so wild. She's climbing up everything. So to bring in my nose, I have a little extra width right here. I do not want to add any darkness to this area because that is going to make my nose appear whiter. So what I like to do is go up a little bit higher, and actually it follows the line of my eyebrow where I want that placement of that dark. That's where I want the appearance of my nose to be. I like to take it in just a little bit. So go straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. And that is going to create a smaller shape appearance of my nose. So the tip of my nose, I like to shorten that. To shorten it, you put dark. Now I don't like to put a whole lot of contour on the sides of my nose here because then it looks dark and muddy, so I usually keep that makeup free. So back to the tip, and then I like to take a smidge right over here, and then that creates the illusion of this little tiny button nose. Well, it doesn't look tiny, but it gives the illusion of a smaller nose and a more contoured nose. So just a tiny bit of product. I use my finger. It's warmed up for my finger, so it softens out and blends really, really nicely. I went straight up, tip of my nose, get that, and then I get right up in here and create just a little bit of button. So I will go back in with my concealer, and I'm going to just barely tip, and smooth it on the back of my hand, like that. Make sure both sides of the brush are primed and ready, and I'm going to go in right at the top of my nose. And so my nose is more narrow up here and it widens out lower. So what I want to do is add width at the top, barely put anything at the base, and that gives the illusion of a straighter nose. So if you have a crooked nose, if you have a wide nose, if you have a small nose, whatever you do in your contouring is going to change the shape, and you just have to think it through. Like if I add width here to take out my narrowness, that is going to straighten it out. And if I'm going to add width down here, that's going to give the illusion that my nose is wider at the bottom again. So we don't want to do that. So I'm going to go back and just barely highlight, just a teeny tiny highlight on that nose, barely anything. I'm going to widen this part of my nose. And I don't need much here. I don't want to accentuate the bridge of my nose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to press this product in like that, and that's going to help blend. It's going to help soften, no harsh lines. And then I'm barely going to I'm going to press it in a little bit lower, so that way it's all really well blended. That's good. Just blend that tiny bit right there. Now I don't know if this translates on camera, but in person it makes a really big difference. It went from having a narrow nose down to a wider nose to a more straight nose. Oh yes, one last thing that I like to do is take my concealer and clean up these lines here. So I'm going up on the width of my nose, that's right here, and I am highlighting it. So that way when I put powder, it mattifies it, and it actually makes it look like it's a part of my cheek. Good. So I don't like to color in my nostrils because then it's going to make my nostrils accentuated. We don't want that. So nice and straight lines. Ooh. There we go. And this you can come in with your beauty blender. Well, you can do whatever you want. But I like to come in with my beauty blender right here and soften this line up. Soften, soften, soften. Now, if you get too much darkness on your contour, the deep part, then you can just take your beauty blender with your foundation on it and pat over it to soften it. So I'm going to do it just a teeny tiny bit. I don't like to look like, oh my god, she has dark chocolate lines drawn down her nose. It looks like she wrote poop on her nose or something. Gross. So that is how I contour my nose. Sometimes I like to add highlighter, sometimes I don't. It's whatever. So I'm going to go under my eyes and bring up that concealer. Yeah, we'll probably use a little bit more. We're going to go ahead and use this. Drop, drop. And let's conceal those dark circles. And your under eyes are thinner skin. So remember that. We only have one face for the rest of our lives. If you want to keep your face youthful, be very gentle on your under eyes. Do not be rough. Don't be rough on the top of your eye either. But I'm kind of guilty when I blend. The ring finger is actually the weakest finger in your hand, so it's always good to use your ring finger. It's a lot softer, gentler, and doesn't put as much friction on the face. So my camera went out, but we're gonna go under the cheekbone and blend it up into the hair, just a tiny bit. If you have blonde hair, be careful because this powder will stain your hair. But I have black, so I don't really care. So I'm going underneath where my cheekbone would be, going up into the hairline, blending out. And then what I will do, so I have a small space between my hairline and my eye. So I don't like to put bronzer here because it's going to close in that space. If you have a wider distance between your hairline and your eyebrow, you can do that. That's good. If you have a smaller space, don't put bronzer there because it's just going to narrow in your face, okay? So the length of my face is obviously a little bit longer than your old face shape. So what I like to do is go in at my forehead, narrow this down, and by adding dark, that's what's doing the narrowing. And then make sure you don't have like a line over here. Blend it in. That's good. And then I like to narrow down my chin. I go underneath the chin and I put. So if you do have a larger chin, I have a beautifully strong chin, you want to take dark and put it here and conceal. Okay, let's blend these cheekies. Circular motions help diffuse. At first I like to do the sweeping motion to get that product in there. Now I'm just going to diffuse it out. That looks good. So I'm shortening my face right here and here. I'm adding width by leaving lightness here and here, and I'm contouring out my cheeks and making the apples of my cheeks look more defined and more youthful by going sweeping underneath and leaving this a little bit lighter. So I do love blush. I'm a big fan of blush, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to go in with, oh, where's that brush? Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my blush brush. Blush. Anyways, with the Boomy Master again, and it is called the Large Paddle. It is dense, rounded. It has like softened edges, so that way it doesn't go on super strong. I'm going to go in with my Tarte blush. Smile. Dust this on my cheeks. I like it on my cheeks because I like my cheeks to look fuller. If you don't like your cheeks to look fuller and add attention to them, do it on like your God, why can't I think today? Your cheekbone. What? Anyways. Okay. Beautiful. I like that. Now I'm going to go in with my fan brush. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Anastasia. And this one is... What's this one called? I don't even know what it's called. Wait, is that Amrezi? I think that's how you say it. So I'm sweeping it across. Sweepy. And then I bring it in right here and fan it out. It looks good. A little more. Doop boop. And it is okay if you want to just leave it on the cheekbones. If you want to add it to the forehead, you can, but wherever you're going to add it, you are going to add attention to. So if you don't want attention to that area, do not put your highlighter. So I actually have a stronger bone right here. I don't want to add attention to that, so I'm not going to add it to any of this part of my forehead. I do like the shape of my forehead here, so I'm going to go ahead and place it here. Help me glow. I like accentuating my cheekbones, so we're going to put that there. And then now that my nose is contoured, I like the shape of my nose. We'll put a little bit right there. And I don't want to put any on my chin because I don't want to accentuate that area, but I do like my lips. Oh people are gonna think. Oh well. Ooh, I do sometimes like to put just the teeny tiny bit on the tip of my nose, not a lot. So I'm gonna go back in with my Juvias palette. I'm gonna go ahead, ooh no, I just had an idea. Okay, so I'm gonna take another brush and I go in with the pink first that I first applied. Oh, I'm doing this all backwards. My translucent setting powder. Hold on, hold on. Being behind the camera and sweating behind this light makes you not think very good. So I'm gonna take another, it's a dry beauty sponge. I hear my baby crying, I might have to break again. So I'm gonna take my dry sponge and I'm gonna go right under. We're gonna bake. Bakey, bakey, bakey. Uh oh, I hear Dad's feet. Dada? Do I need a break? So I sweat a lot. Yeah, I sweat a lot. Isn't that nice? And I also get really oily in my forehead zone. So I am going to bake, bake, bake right there. Add a little bit on that nose. We'll put some there. Let's see where I'm needing some softening. Okay, sometimes that powder gets on your eyebrows and you'll have to go back in with your spoolie because it got on mine. And clean those up. Clean, clean, clean. Got it. Oh, and we didn't highlight underneath the brow bone. I am a mess today. I blame this hot light. Send help. I'm dehydrated. Okay, so I'm going to go in and highlight with, I think, that shimmery powder. We're going to try it because that looks cute. It might not be cute, but we're going to see. I like it. It's cool. So this is my nice and funky look. I like it. It looks good. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with the pink. Okay, pink is good. Go in with my other dense brush with the brown. Let's go ahead and brush off our translucent. Oh, my translucent powder that I used is from RCMA, and it is their no color powder. And their no color powder versus their translucent means that it's not going to alter the color that you have beneath it. So your blush, your foundation, contouring, all of that, it's not going to alter it. The translucent may. So you got to be careful. Like that. And if you smile, you'll see where it's even, where it's not, if you need to clean it up. I like that. Okay. And then we'll go into the top. I always start on my Cupid's bow. That looks pretty dang good. Now, if you do have boo-boos that you want to clean up, you can go in with your concealer brush. We'll go in with that. And you can go in with concealer or foundation, whatever you choose. Concealer is going to add a highlight under your lips, so be careful if you do use that because usually it's 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation. But I'm going to go ahead and go in with my concealer. It also will make your lips look poutier and bigger if you go in with your concealer. Oh, my baby's crying. I'm gonna have to pause. Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of translucent powder on it. Good. And then we'll pause and come back because I hear my baby crying. Okay, so I am back. Baby boy is okay. And I like how it looks. I don't think I see anything that I want to change. Everything is blended. My nose is contoured slightly. My eyebrows are done. I don't want to go back in with my eyebrows because everything else is so bold. I don't want to make my eyebrows look bolder. It's just too strong because right now it's kind of strong, but I like it that way. So yeah, I think we're pretty good. So I'm going to go in with my setting spray. Ooh. I do like to use Urban Decay All Nighter. I do like to use Kat Von D's Locket spray, but today I am using Sormay's spray. It is from Salon Centric again, so I don't know where you would be able to purchase it. You may be able to purchase it online. I'll look, we'll see. But it is really, really good and I love it, and it makes my makeup stay all day long. Let's see. I think we are done. My hair is alright. Could be better. I'm wearing my Nebraska Huskers shirt. You can't see it, but I'm wearing it. And I look pretty fleek. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I hope you liked it. I hope you like this look. I hope it is not too hard to find what I use. Maybe you already have some of the products. Amazon is my best friend, so it's probably yours too. It's taking over the world. Anyways, this is my look. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. Bye!